Hi, I'm Rich Isett with Papé Machinery. Today, I'd like to discuss John Deere's 210P tractor loader with you. Now, the 210P, also known as a skip loader, is one of the best kept secrets in our industry, with some customers calling it the most versatile and indispensable piece of equipment that they have on the job site. Customer feedback praises the 210P for its weight, maneuverability, productivity, power, and versatility. And while these machines have been extremely popular in our California and Nevada markets, they remain widely unknown and underutilized in the Pacific Northwest. So today, let's take a closer look at the 210P and discover what makes this machine so productive and versatile, and if there's a spot for it on your job site. Now, the 210P is not built on a modified backhoe frame. This is a purpose-built frame unique to the 210P, built specifically for its application. Coming in at 100 horsepower, a weight depending on configuration between 12,700 and 16,700 pounds, breakout force of 9,521 pounds, and a lifting capacity of over 6,340 pounds, there's not much that you can throw at this machine that it can't handle. Starting on the right-hand side of the machine, a continued theme with John Deere is their ground level daily service access. Starting right here in the right-hand side compartment, you'll see ground level fuel, ground level def access. Right above the fuel and def, you have a hydraulic sight gauge along with hydraulic fill. Getting to the engine oil dipstick and engine oil fill is also quite easy. John Deere has a two hinge position on the hood of this machine, allowing you to go, tilt the hood forward to position number one, and you have access to not only your dipstick and engine oil fill, but also your filters, all on the right-hand side. John Deere makes a big deal about their ground level daily service, and they should. Because when they make it simple and easy to do, that means it's more likely to get done. And that's going to reduce the likelihood of failures in the future on this equipment. Moving to the front of the machine, you'll see John Deere has a low knee boom design. This is going to give great visibility for the operator down to the working attachments or buckets. Another point of interest on the continued theme of ease of maintenance is John Deere's bucket cylinder. This is sustained by a greaseless pin using synthetic pads with a lubricant contained within. Factory has several options for loader buckets on this machine. A standard general purpose bucket, which is fixed in place, or a multi-purpose bucket. As you see, Papé has brought this machine in configured with a multi-purpose bucket on the front. For anyone running legacy model skip loaders, any of our 210Ks, Ls, Js even, loader buckets are interchangeable from legacy machines with the new 210P. So if you're running a legacy model 210, don't worry about getting rid of those attachments. More than likely, this machine is going to couple right up to them. The 210P can be ordered with standard pin-on or with a hydraulic quick coupler. The addition of the quick coupler with auxiliary hydraulics allows you to run additional attachments off the front of the machine. That be brooms, blades, what have you, increasing the versatility that this machine can do on the job site. With Papé, we've configured ours with a multi-purpose bucket, often referred to as a 4-in-1 bucket. And as the name alludes to, you can do many things with this. The 4-in-1 bucket will do standard GP bucket work, scoop material, haul it around the job site, load out trucks, but it also acts as a grapple when you need it to, allowing you to pick up material or objects on the job site and transport them. It also allows you to raise the front cutting edge and use the rear backstop as a dozer blade. Need to spread material, any gravel, simply take a scoop, open the multi-purpose bucket up a little bit, back up, and let the material fall through the seam, spreading across evenly. But the bucket can also be used in a grading application. Simply roll out the front cutting edge, tilt the bucket forward, putting that on the ground, and back blade. This will create an even surface. And one final use for it is backfilling. Yes, you can use it as a standard bucket to push in, but an experienced operator will raise the front cutting edge, holding it even with the bucket, using the backstop as a dozer in the front to cup any material going in. This will allow you to backfill into the trenches or anywhere else much more efficiently. On the 210P, John Deere is running their PowerTech EWL engine. Now this is an improved design compared to previous models, and site development customers will appreciate the increased power, improved torque, and greater reliability. Another neat feature on the EWL engine is that John Deere has eliminated the need for a DPF, diesel particulate filter, as well as an EGR, or exhaust gas recirculator. And why does this matter? It's not that we have issues with our systems, but it is one less component for you to worry about as an end user. Now the 210P uses an electronically controlled variable speed cooling fan. The great thing about this is the speed of the fan is actually controlled by the temperature of various machine components, engine, hydraulics, transmission, and the like. This means that the fan speed can be reduced when the machine is operating at a cooler temperature. Now, why does this matter? A lower fan speed will reduce the horsepower draw from the engine, it will reduce the fuel consumption, and it will also create a quieter environment for your operator throughout the day. Another new feature on the 210P is the updated hydraulic gear pump. John Deere has increased the hydraulic flow on this machine by 15% compared to previous models, taking us from 25 gallons per minute to 28.9 gallons per minute during loader applications. This is going to improve your cycle time on any job site, making you more productive, and productivity is profitability. Continuing to build on John Deere's theme of ease of access for daily service components, the coolers for the 210P are all stacked in the front of the machine. But a nice feature for John Deere is, with the hood in the second hinge position, you have two clamps on either side of the machine. Unclamp those for the coolers to hinge out. This is going to allow you to blow them out quickly, get any dirt, dust, or debris off them, so they're going to operate at optimal temperatures. The 210P comes standard with a mechanical front wheel drive with open differential front axle. Now this is a completely sealed axle with no breathers to maintain or service. This is promoting reliability, as axle breathers can be susceptible to water and or dirt contamination or intrusion. You don't have to worry about that with the John Deeres. An option that you can look at upgrading for anyone working in any muddy or wet conditions is mechanical front wheel drive with limited slip differential. Now MFWD with limited slip will allow us to enable the transmission to send power directly to the front and rear axles. Now what does this mean? It means if one of the wheels starts to spin when mechanical front wheel drive is engaged, the limited slip will deliver 65% of available power to the tire with the best traction on the ground. This is giving you true all-wheel drive pulling power when you need it the most. On that same note, mechanical front wheel drive will activate anytime the brakes are applied, regardless of the gear status of the machine. This is going to give you additional stopping power in any environment that you need it. The main mechanical front wheel drive on-off control is mounted on the front console of the machine. With the simple push of a button, the clutch will engage for on-the-go activation. Once you've engaged mechanical front wheel drive, you have the ability to road the machine or take it long distances. And John Deere has a safety net to protect the machine. Mechanical front wheel drive will automatically disable if you go in fourth gear or higher to reduce tire wear. But once you shift down into third gear or lower, it'll automatically reapply and give you that traction that you need. Looking at the left-hand side of the 210P, this compartment holds our dual batteries. If you need to access this, jump them, replace them. It's as simple as removing this bolt, sliding off the panel lid, and you have full access to both batteries. Another nice feature that John Deere includes on their machines is a diagram with the grease zerk and fluid fill locations. Again, instead of climbing all over the machine, trying to figure out where to grease, where not to, it's going to tell you exactly where to go. One final thing I'd like to point out is the transmission guard protecting the machine. This is an option that can be ordered from the factory or as a field kit installed at a later date. Turning towards the cab of the machine, the 210P can be equipped with either a standard canopy or a cab with heating and air conditioning. They also have an LED light package available for the canopy models. That's going to give you better visibility at nighttime, early working hours, or late working hours where low light can be an issue. Looking at the operator station on the 210P, let's start with the operator seat. You have great adjustment forward and aft for any long-legged operators. You also have seat tilt. And one new feature on the 210P is 70 degrees rotation to the right. Now the previous models had 50 degrees, but on John Deere, you have slight rotation to the left. And look at this, 70 degrees to the right. This is gonna allow your operators to be more comfortable as they're working throughout the day, reversing or working with the box blade to grade any material. Looking at the joystick on the machine, the 210P uses a very similar design as that on our backhoes. This includes 3 functions so that your operator has greater ease throughout the day. That includes clutch disconnect, proportional roller for your auxiliaries, in this case the 4-in-1 bucket on the front, or momentary 4-wheel drive. The momentary 4-wheel drive button is also available to engage right here on the front dash by the push of a button. Again, this will disengage if you go into 4th gear and automatically reapply if you drop back down to 3rd. Your park brake is spring applied and hydraulically released. This means it never needs to be adjusted and applies automatically anytime you shut down the machine. Work lights, hazard lights, turn signals. Your TCL, transmission control lever, allows the operator to switch between gears and direction seamlessly. Speaking of the TCL, all 210Ps come standard with John Deere's legendary power shift transmission. This allows for smooth shifting and reliable performance under all operating conditions and all loads. Furthermore, any repetitive tasks like shifting gears or changing directions can be done seamlessly with one hand. Again, if your operator is in the reverse position, it's pretty nice for them to be able to switch between forward and reverse without having to take eye contact off of the task at hand. Turning our attention to the display monitor on the 210P, all 210s come from the factory with machine security built in. This allows you to pre-program it with a 3 to 8 digit code and set it for 1 owner code, 10 operator codes, and 1 transport code, with the owner code obviously having control over all others. Based on owner preference, this can be programmed to engage when the key has been turned off after 5 minutes or 60 minutes. Another neat feature on John Deere's 210 display, and an exclusive one for John Deere, is the multi-language digital monitor. This is going to allow the operator to read diagnostic codes or information, not only in English, but Spanish, Portuguese, French, and Russian. Speaking of security and diagnostic information, all John Deere 210Ps come from the factory with JD Link included at no additional cost. That's no subscription fees, no annual fees. This is going to give you live-to-date information on machine location, how it's being operated, where the fuel levels are, where the fluid levels are. And it also assists our service department on any breakdowns. If you're getting a code registered here and you're registered with JD Link, we're also going to have visibility to that. So what does that mean for you? That means that our technicians have an idea of what they may be facing out in the field before they even leave our facility. That means they can get parts that they suspect will be needed on the repair, get them in the truck, and get out there to get you up and going faster. JD Link is a great tool, especially put in our operations center, and it's something that every John Deere owner should be utilizing. Some of the last features I'd like to discuss in the cab is the steering wheel tilt, as well as the engine RPM dial, which you can set manually. On the right-hand side, conveniently located, is the box blade, which you will see when tilted is right there at the fingertips of the operator. One more point on the operator station is John Deere has actually elevated the canopy platform. So this is giving us better visibility over the hood to the front bucket or attachments, as well as over the rear to the box. Moving to the back of the machine, the first thing I'd like to discuss is John Deere's 3-point hitch. Now this has been improved over previous models by increasing the blade to ground height. This is going to give you greater clearance for attachments with the box blade. Anytime you're going into a material pile, you can get a bigger bite out of it. The PTO, or power takeoff, is an option available from the factory on the 210. This is going to further increase the versatility that this machine can bring to your job site, allowing you to couple to a wide variety of attachments including power rakes, post hole diggers, spreaders, tillers, as well as many other attachments can be coupled to this machine. Papé had brought this 210P in with our standard stock configuration. That is dual tilt cylinders and an 88-inch box blade. Now the dual tilt cylinders, that just allows you to tilt left and right. It's going to give your operator more versatility out on the job site for any finish work that he needs to do. Looking at the counterweight options on these machines. Now you have several options. You can bring it in with a 700-pound counterweight or a 1,500-pound counterweight, as well as the addition of wheel weights to put even more weight on the rear of this machine. Papé's stock configuration is the 1,500 pounds as well as the wheel weight option, and that's how you're seeing this machine configured. John Deere has upgraded both their BB88 and BB84 box blades. Now some of these improvements are subtle, such as fewer moving parts. Others include the ripper bar having greater clearance for rock or gravel to pass through the frame. The end plates are made of thicker steel, as well as the router bits are now 4-bolt replaceable and are dual life. Well, what does that mean, dual life? It means they can be used on both edges, which is doubling the life of these heavily used components. The cutting edges are double bevel and reversible. That's both on the inside and outside of the box blade. The final thing I'd like to discuss with you is grade control. Now this is big on all of our jobs and we're seeing it released on all equipment, and the 210P is no different. With the 210P, you have the option for a factory installed grade control ready kit. Adding grade control to the 210P enables your operators to complete finished grade faster, easier, and with greater accuracy. The package, when ordered from the factory, includes the base components needed for using a 2D or 3D grade technology system that will control the box blade and tilt cylinders. The machine is then completed with the dealer supplied technology, finishing it with the kit of your choice. For less complex grading and really entry-level grade indication, we have a grade indicate option that comes from the factory built into the machine display that will provide your operator with machine roll and pitch with a 0.5% plus or minus accuracy. So for anyone looking to just get their feet wet in grade control, this is a great option. We have that configured on our stock machines with Papé. Thank you for joining me today. If you have further interest in the 210P, would like to see pricing or have additional questions, please reach out to your local Papé machinery. And also, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for future content coming out. I'm Rich Isett. I'll see you next time. Hi, I'm Rich Isett. Started working for Papé in 2012 as a management trainee. I've been with the company for over 11 years now. It's a great company to work for. I love the people in our industry, and I love our industry in whole. It's a pleasure to be a part of it.